Hello, good evening, good morning, or good afternoon. Whatever time it is, wherever you're watching from, welcome to The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, played by #ChatNation. Rainbow Love, what's going on? Chulet, hello, hello. Ballet Goat, howdy. Glad you all are here. Matt is going to be just a few minutes late, tending to things, but he'll be jumping in shortly. Super happy to be streaming tonight, super happy to be hanging out. Looking forward to a good session of Tears of the Kingdom. That is correct. Pen quests tonight. We're going to run around and I think we can do the rest of them in the 2 to 3 hours we typically go. So that's kind of the plan. We'll try to tackle all the pen quests. I think next week we'll make sure we get to Hateno and get the super fashionable CC hat. We'll have to do that. Yes, Matt's working with Geoff. I'm not even going to respect him by calling him Jeff. It's Geoff. I remember for the longest time, I legitimately thought like that name was pronounced Geoff. Pretty embarrassing. Well, if you haven't already, if you wouldn't mind liking the stream, I would greatly appreciate that. Let YouTube know that we're having a good time, that we're going to have a good time this evening. I don't think that there's really any news or anything in the Zelda space that's gone on. I don't know. I don't think there has been. But that's okay. There doesn't have to always be Zelda news, as badly as I wish there was. We're getting closer to Echoes of Wisdom. It's the last July stream. And I think we're 60 some odd days, maybe well, no, we're probably in the 50s now. 58. 56. If I'm trying to do a little head math, 57, because we got an extra day in July. Something like that. So we'll just go around the stables and try to make sure we took care of all the pen quests. I think this one was actually getting the wagon up the hill, so I think we're okay there. Ah, the Ocarina of Time set. Yeah, so in the bracket, that's definitely the closest bracket that we've had. By far, bar none. I was surprised. You know, a lot of people were talking about nostalgia bias, and I saw somebody comment this, and I agreed, you know, there's not really a strong nostalgia bias when it comes to Wind Waker and Skyward Sword, you know, the other hero sets that lost, Hero of the Wild. But then, you know, obviously, Ocarina of Time is a different beast. And against the Ember set, yeah, that thing was running 50-50 for a while. Pivoted to 51-49 in the brackets that you can find over on the community page. And Ember set ended up coming out on top. I was a little surprised. I do think the Ocarina of Time set certainly works the best in this game compared to the rest of them. What did Princess Zelda need those farm tools for? Okay, I heard a man named Isra spoke to the princess. I think he watches over the raft. Alright, so we've got our first pen quest. So we'll head out here and figure out what's going on. Yeah, the Ocarina of Time set, certainly one of the better. I think it's the best looking. I mean, Twilight set is certainly second. But they're neck and neck. They both look really good in the art style of Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. But we only have the Twilight set left, so we shall see if that one survives to the next round. Something tells me that there's a lot of angst against that particular set. So I just need to take a raft down there. Someone could take me downriver. Can I lift him? Well, I'm curious. Well, I guess I should throw. They probably gave me some Zonai stuff around here to make it work, right? No? Okay. Let me see what his concern is. If only someone would take him down. Ah, there's the Zonai stuff. That's what I figured. Be prepared. Oh, flower blade. Is that like wind blight, water blight, fire blight, bomb blight? About to get into another Ganondorf fight here. I don't know, that lady down there maintaining these things, she is a blight of her own. I do see where you're coming from. I think it was, I don't remember if it was Tears of the Kingdom or Breath of the Wild, where if you mess with her flowers, she has a tough time with that. Yeah. I'm gonna guess it's this one because, whew, yeah, no thank you. Let's try to do some weight balancing because he's gonna go sit on that seat. So we'll put that right there. Yeah, no, she's scary. She's very scary. You don't mess with her flowers. Alright. What do I can take you, now that I've set this up. And this is going to be kind of a long... I think this is going to be somewhat of a long trip. Oh, that was a little overkill. Oopsie. But... yeah, so one other thing that I did want to talk about, maybe before Matt gets here, was in the last... I think since the last time we streamed, I put out a short, and it was about... there's a guy on Reddit who went to go clean his Switch with 91% rubbing alcohol and ruined the etching on the back plate of the special edition Tears of the Kingdom Switch because he was using a too highly concentrated alcohol. You know, Nintendo says 70. He used 91. But in order to kind of bridge the gap with some of the images, because I don't obviously have a broken Switch. I don't have the machine that etches the designs on the console. You know, I don't have images for those things, so I opted to go with AI images. I mean, and you can tell when something's AI generated, and I probably could have taken a little more time to refine it. But I liked the images that I had gotten, and there was, I thought performance-wise it was okay, but there was definitely some, feedback of, hey, don't use AI, the AI sucks, why are we seeing that? And I didn't necessarily think it was like a lazy approach, because I'm not going to like break a Switch just to have an image of a Switch for a short that's going to make me $2. I'm not going to, I don't know, I maybe I could have figured out what that machine was, but, I didn't really think I was doing any harm or causing any issues by using AI images. But there was definitely a lot of consternation that arose because of it. And so I'm not really sure what to make of it. I don't necessarily think there was anything wrong with the implementation, but there's I think just in this space, I think there's a lot of people who are just wary of AI or don't like AI. Like it comes with what's the word I'm looking for? Like it kind of comes with some baggage. Like people see AI and they're kind of immediately turned off, kind of regardless of the content. They all kind of think it's a bad thing. So yeah, I'm not really sure what to make of it. I tend to believe that I'm not going to do that again because I don't want my messaging of a short to be lost because I used some AI images. So I'll probably stay away from it. But curious to know what you all think, because obviously I think this group here is kind of what I would consider my core audience. You guys tune in typically every week, and I really appreciate that. And I kind of value your don't tell the commenters, but kind of value your opinion just a little more than people who kind of pop in and out of the comments.
How can you say that?
Hey. Oh, is Jeff taken care of?
Yeah, he's good.
Oh, good, great. And Chancellor Cheese, I probably read every comment or close to it. I probably read almost every. I mean, I don't reply to all of them. Where I feel like there's a conversation to be had or to acknowledge, I tend to attempt to do that. But yeah, for the most part, I'm reading the comments.
Every negative comment he gets, he punches a new hole in the drywall. I've seen it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and you get some of the more lambastic ones. I send you some and I'm just like, can you believe what this person said?
Misspellings or grammatical errors or mispronunciation are an easy target.
Such an easy target.
Yeah. You said AI is an easy target. I don't particularly like AI art, especially, or at least I follow a lot of like art subreddits, stuff like that, and I don't like seeing AI stuff in there. But when you're, for something like making a short, when you're trying to, we'll call it thematically interpolate between things, or demonstrate things that there just isn't stock imagery for, like. It's better than showing dead space, like
right.
Especially with how the algorithms are tuned. You have to keep things moving to retain interest.
Yeah, and trust me, if I was in a spot where I could pay somebody to draw the image, I would absolutely. I'm there, but right, just to kind of bridge the gap. I thought it was not exactly like the lazy implementation, although I can empathize with people who feel that way, because maybe in a different situation, right? an artist is being pulled in to take care of that. But that was a thing that, you know, I hadn't experienced it. You know, it was a deliberate, I'm going to attempt this and see how it goes. And more than likely, the comments that I received, I mean, there were only 4 or 5. But, you know, it might just be a case of vocal minority. But certainly, I don't want to turn anybody away off my content if, you know, over something, you know, I'm just going to call it as silly as this. I'm certainly not wholeheartedly passionate about making sure that I can use AI or anything silly like that, but it was an experience. Let's see. But, I mean, if the way that I've described it, I'm going to burn this lady's flowers for sure. Oh. Uh-oh. Alright, here comes Bomb Blight. Here comes Flower Blight. Ooh. That was salvaged. If my implementation was lazy, you know, okay, lesson learned. I'll move on. That's okay feedback too. Die! That hurts! She doesn't like this.
Stop it!
Come on. The best flower bed in Hyrule. Use water on the flowers. She likes that. Does she? Whee! Ha! I got him on fire. Ha! So how's it going?
Living the dream.
Nice.
Read the entirety of the Twilight Princess manga in 2 days.
Yeah, I was blown away when you told me that.
So yeah, pretty good. I didn't realize. I knew that they had done a manga. I didn't realize that it was so new. I thought that because like I'd always heard it's like, oh yeah, there's a Twilight Princess manga. It's actually pretty good. I thought that it was like that they did it like in the run up to the release of Twilight Princess or something. I didn't realize that it was wrapping up like last year.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
Yeah. So, undecided on whether or not I got the digital version.
Mm-hmm.
Or undecided as to whether or not I will buy the physical version because the art is detailed enough that if you have like paperback manga,
I'm not
paper's
helping
pretty
the flowers.
cheap.
Yeah, I think they're like $10 on average per book.
Yeah, they're cheap and low quality, so a very, very high resolution, high quality art piece won't show up well in book form. And there's a lot of scenes in the Twilight Princess manga that are what do you call it, double page, like spread across 2 pages, and the important stuff would get lost in the seam of the book.
Oh no!
So yeah, so I'm inclined to just hang on to just have the digital ones. I much prefer physical ownership. Every Switch game I have the physical copy for. I prefer owning physical copies of things, but the quality on the digital version of the manga is just really, really high. Highly recommend it.
Yeah.
I give the story a 7 or 8 out of 10.
Okay.
Quality 9 out of 10. If we're on a scale from like junk to like berserk style art quality, I would give it like a 9, I guess. But I don't know if it stands well enough like on its own without Zelda as the context.
Sure.
I think really only Legend of Zelda players would find it particularly good.
Yeah, like if it wasn't leaning on the fact that it's a Zelda IP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, I was texting you this, but it is dark as hell.
Yeah. That's what shocked me the most.
There's a lot of death in it. There's implied threats of other types, and it gets pretty dark.
Yeah. Okay, this one we did too. Okay, I think we would have taken. Oh, he's not there. Let's check this one. So yeah, I'm just going around all the stables right now to make sure the stables that I have come across, I've done those pen quests. So I'm just kind of round tabling what I've already got. We're gonna wrap this whole line up this stream. That's the intent. But yeah, it was funny because I remember talking to you like, oh, it'd be cool, you know, like we'll do like one book a week and we'll kind of like book club over the stream. And then 2 days later, you're like, yeah, I'm already done with the whole series. Like, oh, okay.
So I'm off work for a couple weeks.
Yes.
I have nothing else to do in quiet moments.
Right.
Read. So
yeah, no, it makes sense.
I just plowed through. I do think we could still do like a book club type thing.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Because I'll definitely reread it.
Sure, you revisit it. Yeah.
I'm gonna keep it on my e-reader for sure.
Oh heck yeah. Yeah, that was really cool because newbie Matt strolled through town, and yeah, he had found it at a prior place of residence. Somebody had like left it behind, and so you know, him knowing the big Zelda guy I am, he's just like, "Do you want this?" It's like, yeah. And at the time, I didn't really know what it was, and I didn't even do the research on it because, admittedly, when he asked me if I wanted it, I had forgotten about it. And then so he strolled through town, and he was like, you know, oh yeah, I'm holding on to that. So. Super cool. Do I have any stealth?
What's heating that up? What do you have? What do you have that was hot?
I have a the Gleok flame sword. Yeah. Like, what the hell? There we go. This is a nice little area down here.
At your leisure, can you maximize your Streamlabs feed? That way I can.
Okay,
so I can see your whole stream.
I was actually going to ask about this. Can you hear the audio at this time?
Oh, let me. I haven't muted. So. Oh, I don't have it muted. No, I can't hear it.
Still can't hear it?
Yeah.
Okay, because I told Discord to share the audio of the application, and I know it's coming through this specific application, so I'm still not sure what to make of that.
Well.
But yeah.
It lets me make my own noises. And infer what's going on.
Alright, well, I made it bigger on my end. Let me pass it through to your end. Sorry folks, I know this is not fun when I just have to stand here. Alright, I'll sort it out. Now it's all big screen. And I didn't see pen here, but I figured these materials would be good to get. And I think that's all of the stables that we've come across. So, because there's not a stable here anymore. Ah, South Aquila stable. Yeah, okay, so we've got a couple more. Then we're just gonna go check. Ah, you know what? This one was the Yiga in disguise. We did this one with Big Deef on stream, I believe, so. About 10 seconds too late, I realized. We've already done this one. So certainly for those in the Discord, you're aware, but I know I've talked about it here too. But so I'm hunting for Zelda's physical copies of the various Zelda games, and let's see. I am
including like the original one from the very first one.
So I still need to get the systems for those. So right now I'm kind of starting with what I have, you know, the hardware that I have. So I'm not quite there I still need to get like the N64, NES, SNES. So I think eventually I'll do that. It's just not my priority right now. But right now I've got Game Boy. I can play GameCube, although I think all the GameCube ones have HD versions now, so I'm kind of okay with that, except for Four Swords Adventure. But yeah, so GameCube, Game Boy Advance, Nintendo DS, 3DS, Switch, Wii, and Wii U. And and I'm not trying to get like both the HD and the original, etc. I just need a copy. And so, let's see. Oh, I meant to go up that so I can get some distance. We're headed to Faron. But anyway, so the big one that I'm hunting for is Twilight Princess. And as Rainbow Love said, I got ghosted. So I found one on Marketplace for $70, which is really good for that one. And they ghosted me.
Just no response at all, or did they offer to meet you somewhere?
Nope, just no response.
Huh.
You know, so because they had originally put it up for 100. I should switch into Glide while I'm at this. They had put it up for 100, and then I saw them put it on sale for $70. And so I was like, oh, okay, pouncing on that. And then nothing. Nothing at all after that. So it's like, alright, that's a massive bummer. But yeah, so that's not happening. However, I do have an agreement in place to pick up Spirit Tracks from a local for $50.
Nice.
Which that is on the lower end. I don't, it's not like a bargain. But I've been seeing it going, mostly online. You'll find it for like 60, 70. I've seen like a complete in box for 80, which is what I'm getting. I think I'm getting like the manual and everything inside, like it's the original packaging too. So, so yeah, I'm excited. I'll have a new
I
one.
really wish I had the I bought Minish Cap from Game Boy Advance a couple of years ago, and I got it for a steal.
Yeah.
Especially considering that it was actually a legit copy that I had to open and verify the chipset and whatnot. But I do wish I had gotten the box with it.
Yeah, and that's the toughest thing, I feel like, in some cases, is getting the original box. Like getting like the Game Boy ones, and I feel like from like those generation, it's even more difficult, because I just don't think we were thinking about like, oh, let's hold on to the box and keep it, like I'm gonna want this one day. Like all of my Pokemon games, I think I have 2 boxes. I have my Crystal and my Silver box. Like that's it. Let's check out this cave while we're on our way. Because we will eventually want to run into Kilton, I think it is. I could use a raft
Forget what
here.
the other guy's name. Forget what his weirdo brother's
What is
name.
that? Oh. Well, I think it's Colton and Kilton, maybe? Maybe that's what it is? Who knows? I don't know. Clearly. That was so satisfying. Let's go ahead and throw on Zora while we're at it. But yeah, so I'm probably going to finish my playthrough of Wind Waker before I start Spirit Tracks, but to have it is very nice.
You have Phantom Hourglass?
No, and I've seen some good deals for it. Like I think if I really wanted to, I could pay $37 and have it like right now. Interesting. Can I fuse with that?
even is that?
Yes.
Is
It's a big
that
log.
a weird log?
It is. Let's use it to traverse the way. Oh. Nope, that's not going to work. But yeah, so I could get Hourglass if I really wanted to, but because I'm paying for Spirit Tracks, I'm probably going to wait a little bit for Phantom Hourglass. I could get Triforce Heroes right now for $20. You know, and I say all this assuming I don't get ghosted. I could very well get ghosted and not get these, but I see, yeah, Triforce Heroes is out there for 20. I saw Four Swords Adventure for 65, which is actually a really good price for that one. Even though it's like universally one of the worst Zeldas. I don't know if it's rarity or what it is, but yeah, that regularly goes for over 100, which is really crazy.
Which one?
Four Swords Adventure.
Oh, yeah. I would feel bad about owning those because like you have to have friends to play with, right?
Yeah, exactly.
like locally, I mean, like over like the local network or whatever.
Right. Alright, so YouTube is saying it's not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Viewers will experience buffering. That's not exciting. Yeah, the
Seems to be working fine for me right now.
Okay. Well, I'll assume as much. So
Just kidding. Once I said that, it started buffering.
Oh no. That is a massive bummer, as they would say. There we go. I'm hoping my connection will restore. But until then, how many do you have? What's your collection look like?
Laughing at Archula's comment. Let's see. I've got the N64 Ocarina of Time, like the original one that actually has like blood in it before they patched it out.
Yes. Yeah. Nice.
And then let's see, Majora's Mask, N64. Then I have Twilight Princess. I'm looking at my shelf right now. I've got Twilight Princess on the GameCube. Still got my GameCube right next to it.
Nice.
Sadly, I donated my my Wii U. Probably regret that now, but I also didn't own Twilight Princess on it by the time they closed the. I think they didn't keep the store open for very long after they ended it on. I think, or did they just recently close the store?
I think they just recently did that back in March.
Okay. Well, at any rate, I didn't own Twilight Princess HD on it anyway. And then, see, my brother has Oracle of Ages and Oracle of Seasons on his Game Boy Color.
Ooh, nice.
And I have Minish Cap. Game Boy Advance. And then on my Analog Pocket, the Game Boy emulator thing, I have a lot of other stuff.
Right.
But those are all the official ones that I have. Not too many, but got the classics.
Hey, that's a
Wind Waker, I
good
guess.
collection there.
Oh, sorry. I'll of course also have Skyward Sword HD.
Yeah. Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, yeah.
Yeah, all the modern essentials.
Mm-hmm.
Link's Awakening. I tried to buy. It was, I think, a Link to the Past. I think they released like a Link to the Past remaster for Game Boy Advance. I think it was, and I bought that. But I brought my Game Boy Advance SP to the store with me and asked to test it out.
Mm-hmm.
And the cashier lady got really mad at me. So I wanted to do that. And said normally we don't let people do this. And I said, well, sorry, I don't like.
Yeah.
Like they say no refunds. So so I test it and it doesn't work at all.
Oh jeez.
Yes, like thank God, because that was gonna be like $100.
Yeah. That's crazy that they wouldn't let you do that. I mean, I guess I get it, but.
Well, they definitely rely on uninformed. is that?
I remember for the first time that I came across these one, I had no idea what I was doing.
I've never seen that in my life.
Yeah, so this Korok, I think you have to like be standing under it, or you have to like hit it before it falls down. It's a weirdly, yeah, it's a weird one. It took me forever to figure out what I was supposed to do with this, and I still don't even know that I know what to do. I think I'm supposed to hit it.
Huh. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Also, yeah, Rainbow Love pointed out one that I forgot I have. I bought a Link Between Worlds is actually still pretty cheap on Amazon. Like it's still not. It's
Oh,
still
yeah.
just like almost retail price. I bought it for I think like $60.
Nice.
Like with box and everything. So.
Nope.
Hit it mid-air with your body with paraglider.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Chulet. Oh, alright. Rainbow Love. Original Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. Nice. Link Between Worlds. Twilight Princess. Wind Waker. Skyward Sword. Mishcap. Link's Awakening. Nice. Yeah, that's a good collection right there. Oop. Where'd it go? Did I lose it? Oh, dang. Yeah, this one's tripping me up. But yeah. I mean, I probably did this like 20 times before. Like, I think I just sort of like eventually stumbled on the answer. That or the game was just like, alright, buddy, you can have this.
I can't believe there's just a whole asset that I've never seen in game.
Right?
Before. Like I haven't encountered a lot of the quests, but I figured I had at least seen pretty much all the assets.
Right. Yeah, they got tricky with these Korok seeds. Come on. Oh, I hit A when I'm close to it. I got it. Okay. We got there. All for one Korok seed. Cool. And I saw a couple of... Oh, we got that shrine to go do, so... Nice, couple things going on here. But yeah, so... And I'm gonna make a... I'll make a community post about this. But, yeah, Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, Skyward Sword HD. And I'm so mad at myself. Because when Link's Awakening, the remake came out for the Switch... That was recently around the time where they were debuting those, like, the vouchers, where you would, like, buy the vouchers for $100, then you could buy any 2 games, so theoretically it was, like, $20 savings. And I did that, and I used one of them on Link's Awakening, and now I'm just kicking myself because I wish I'd gotten it physically. And I don't know if I can bring myself to, like, buy a game that, like, I already have. Although, I know that me having it is kind of in question, because it's digital.
Right.
But, yeah.
Yeah,
so
my concern has always been, like, down the road. Like, when eventually the Switch is going to get, deprecated, and they'll turn off the store.
Yeah, yep.
The servers and whatnot. What happens if I have to do a clean, like, a hard reboot, hard reset of my Switch?
Mm-hmm.
So...
Yep.
Just lose everything.
Yep.
I try to avoid digital copies as much as possible.
Yep.
But it means I have a lot of clutter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Chulet, I don't think you needed to tell me to hit the A button. But I
mean, maybe I think he did. Based on like, look.
Well, if you want to walk to the other side of the map, if you want to walk to the other map, I would start with the joystick.
I mean, hey, I didn't know you had to hit A. I thought you just had to hit it with your body.
That's what I thought. Oh man.
You're just getting performance anxiety.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I really appreciate you always bringing that up when I don't do something as I am supposed to be in this game. It's always performance anxiety.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Perform better.
Yeah. Oh god. Now my knees are shaking. You can't see it. No. I'm not concerned about failing in front of this group. Everyone here is incredibly kind.
Except for me.
Except for you and Jeff. You've sorted out your differences at this point. I think. Oh, you know what? No, you didn't sort things out with Jeff because I just had a run-in with Jeff.
Uh oh, what happened?
Started messing with my internet connection.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So now I gotta have a word with him. Oop. Nope. So it's this block.
Last game I got digital of was the Ocarina of Time remaster, and when my 3DS ran out of space, I had to delete it.
Oh no.
That hurts really bad, Chulet.
Yep. That's brutal.
Did you, before they unhooked the servers, did you like go back and like delete another game to get it on there, or is it just like gone? Permanent.
Oh. But yeah, so I have all the Switch games except for Link's Awakening on physical, and then I have Majora's Mask and Twilight Princess, or not Twilight Princess, Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time 3D for 3DS. I've got A Link Between Worlds, Wind Waker HD. I actually do have Breath of the Wild on the Wii U now too. And I think that's it. And then I kind of rely on NSO for the remainder of them.
Chulet, that really sucks. Like, really, that's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I also own physical copies. I own the Ocarina and Majora's Mask remasters on the
3DS. Yeah, those are good ones.
And actually, those might also still be reasonable price on Amazon. By the way, like I think when I bought them a year or so ago, it's like I went through a phase last year where I was just like hoarding classic Game Boy and 3DS games. And I want to say I got both of those for like brand new, sealed for retail price, like straight up from Amazon directly. So I think
nice.
I think that like they printed too many of those or something. So you might still be able to find like reasonably priced physical copies of games.
Yeah, it's hit or miss on Amazon for sure. Like I mean, I think I can get Phantom Hourglass for $40 on Amazon. Which is like, yeah, okay, that seems reasonable and fair. I think I can get Triforce Heroes somewhere between $30 and $40. You know, so like even on Marketplace, I'm only getting a few dollar discount. But like if you try to buy Twilight Princess HD, you're spending $250. Like it's absolutely insane. The resale market is crazy.
That's probably just the disc, no box.
Something like that, yeah. Something absolutely ridiculous. Well, yeah, Wind Waker's like $150. Wind Waker HD. Yeah, no clue. Absolutely no clue.
Yeah, Rainbow local trade shops are where it's at. That's where I've been getting all most stuff for my latest physical media binge.
See, I actually kind of questioned that a little bit because, like, if you're going to like a retro game store or local trade store or whatever, like, you'd think that they're also doing the research. You know, they're gonna pick up, like, they're gonna know the value of a Twilight Princess or Wind Waker HD. You know what I mean? I think I was at mine and they were selling. They didn't have it, but the guy told me that when they get the Twilight Princess and Amiibo combo, that they sell it for like $130. It's just like, good lord. Like, I get it, you're a business, but man, $130.
Guess they have to compete with all the e-commerce sites.
They do, you know, absolutely. It's like, I don't blame them, but that's why it's like I rely on Marketplace because like I'm just, you know, stalking moms who have their kids' old stuff and just kind of banking.
Yeah,
It's like, yeah.
Stalking moms, you say?
Yeah. On Marketplace, I'm looking for a good deal. Okay.
Flip it. Everyone clip that.
Always looking out for me.
Yeah. Yeah, I probably won't go back to that one store for Game Boy games since they got all uppity when I asked to test it.
Oh yeah. Twilight Princess. So, I'm assuming that's HD Rainbow. You found the one for 70. Yeah, and it kind of hurts me a little bit because like I see Twilight Princess the Wii copy for like anywhere from $15 to $30-ish regularly, and it's just like, man, I could play this game for next to nothing, but I am at this point. One, I want to justify the Wii U purchase, but two, I mean, I consider the Wii U version the definitive version. So,
be right back. 1 second.
Sure. The Wii version for 60? That's a ripoff. I believe. I'm assuming. I'm assuming that's USD. If not, yeah. If it was the Wii version, that was a ripoff. That's yikes. Yeah, I see it for. Maybe it's just my area, but I see it for much less, very regularly. Oop, wrong one. All right, so we're gonna help Addison out, and then we gotta find Pen. I did not see Pen over there. Let's see, what's this? I gotta get a bar right there, so I'll use that right there. Maybe I'll stick this under here. I'm gonna try to slide that in. If not, then I gotta put one of these bars in there. So I'll do that. We're gonna get some food from Addison. We're gonna be eating tonight. We'll be eating good. There we go. And then we'll create a support beam, just like that. No, I don't think I want that.
Okay, so I'm back. So
cool.
2 questions. Why is the Wii version a ripoff? What's wrong with the Wii version?
I was just saying someone selling the Wii version of Twilight Princess for $60 is significant. I mean, that's double the highest price I've seen. Like, even at a GameStop.
I guess I'm surprised, though, because I would have assumed that the older the console, the more value. But I guess, like you said,
I think there was just more of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, until, the last year or so, the Wii was the highest selling Nintendo console till the Switch overtook it. But yeah, no, I mean, I was at a GameStop like a month ago, and I had the Twilight Princess Wii version in my hands, and I could have paid $30 for it, and I just chose not to because I want the HD version at this point. I also learned that the amiibo, the Wolf Link amiibo, opens up a secret dungeon, like a whole new dungeon in Twilight Princess HD. Like that's insane. I'm super pumped about that.
I don't know if it's so much like a dungeon as it is like one of the grottos you can explore. I can't remember.
Yeah.
I thought it was just like a secret grotto or something.
I thought I was watching a video. There's a Scott the Woz. What do I want to say? It wasn't Scott the Woz, but it was a guy who clearly took inspiration from Scott the Woz, and he had a whole channel, or he had a whole video talking about the HD version, and that was one of the things he mentioned. I could have swore he said dungeon, but maybe I'm wrong. Yes, the GameCube version, yes, definitely sells for more. Do you have a quest for me, or no?
I bought so the Wii had already been released, and I finally went and bought a GameCube, and I think I bought a used GameCube, 2 controllers, and Twilight Princess for like $15.
Ooh.
That was years ago.
Yeah.
And I played it on my parents' super old CRT can't even really call it a CRT. It had limited color.
Oh, okay.
Like
yeah,
it was,
Cave of
like, really
Shadows
blocked out
sounds
color,
right.
Yeah.
Maybe Pen's over here.
But yeah, that game was life changing for me. Twilight. Oh,
Yeah.
I forget. I think you talked about it before, but you haven't played Twilight Princess all the way through, have you?
I have. It was just
Okay.
an insanely long time ago.
Right.
I think it was the Wii version. It may have been the GameCube version. But no, I have played through it. But it's been such a long time. Like, there's only bits and pieces of it that I I still have a memory of. Okay. Do you mind helping me on the Google figure out where Pen is here? Because I don't see Pen anywhere, and he's supposed to be at the stable. He's not over by the Don-Dons. I don't know what's going on.
Which stable are we at?
The,
Stable's this?
What's this called? Yeah, Lakeside Stable. Maybe in the meantime, we'll, not drown this Korok. Wink.
Well, we will not find Pen at the Lakeside Stable because there is no Lucky Clover mission directly tied to this stable.
Oh.
You have to go talk to the lady at the Don Don Sanctuary.
Oh, does that make Pen show up?
I don't think there is a Pen mission at that.
Oh, there's
stable.
just straight up not a Pen mission here. Okay. All the places. Alright, new quest to pick up. 3 caves. There's some caves over there. Yeah, that was one thing. Maybe we could have a little lore discussion. The caves showing up in between games is really odd. And I don't really know how to explain it. Like,
oh, I mean, you're talking about like all the caves opening.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think it can be justified just by saying, "Oh, the earthquake opened up the holes." the caves were there, but they were covered up until the earthquake for whatever reason. I don't know.
Are you talking about when Ganondorf lifts the castle?
Uh-huh.
Hmm.
That's what my rationale would be.
Yeah, I mean, I guess when I thought about it, my thing was like, okay, well, Sky Islands just sort of appear, like all the Zonai stuff just sort of appeared, and like maybe for whatever reason, the caves were also like the caves existed in ancient times, and then they had been covered up, and then when all the Zonai stuff come up, like there's had to be some magic to like make the Zonai stuff reappear. And so maybe the caves just sort of reappeared because of Zonai magic or whatever. But even then, that just feels super loosey-goosey. Like, from a gameplay perspective, like, heck yeah, give me... Oh, do I not have... Change equipment? Oh, there we go. Gameplay perspective, I love the caves. It was a great addition. But just, like, story-wise, it's kind of like, yeah, that seems one of those situations where they just said, don't even feel the need to justify this.
I have tried to not poo-poo this game a lot compared to Breath of the Wild, since everyone already knows my opinions on this game compared to Breath of the Wild.
I mean,
But
I think the discussion's
like,
fair. Absolutely.
Yeah. It's just something that... I don't know. I didn't spend a whole lot of time in the caves because they all look the same to me, so I wasn't super inclined to explore the quest. But yeah, my assumption was that they were always there because I think like you find like Misko, you find like Misko's treasure in some of it, and he's implied to be not ancient, but past or whatever.
Yeah.
Caves are clearly old, but they were just covered up for whatever reason. Hurt.
Yes. Sorry, not sorry, Korok.
He wouldn't. He would just fly out of the bed of the truck.
This is so much fun. This is one of the best
Okay.
missions.
I don't think I really explored this area much. In Tears, I mean. I spent a ton of time here in Breath of the Wild because I was convinced that there was more than there was, but also I wanted to farm durians constantly.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They were easy to find too, which is really nice. Yeah, when I eventually get this Tears of the Kingdom is better than Breath of the Wild video, I'd love to have a discussion with you about it. Just full on. We'll have our own little presidential debate. We won't even play the game.
Oh, yeah, real quick, by the way, the pen does... There is a pen quest. He does show up after... Rainbow just pointed this out.
Okay.
The pen shows up after you do the Don thing. So, like, it's not one that pen triggers, but you have to do the Don.
Okay, and then
Thing,
he shows up.
And then he shows up, yeah.
Alright. So let's go.
And I'm sorry. What were you talking about, Breath of the Wild?
I was saying that once I eventually get out this Tears of the Kingdom is better than Breath of the Wild video, then we should just have a full-on debate stream instead of actually playing the game.
So I know you had done a short. Is this kind of like an addendum to that?
Yeah, yeah. It's my thoughts expanded more on the topic, and yeah, I've been going back and forth if I really want to like blow it up and try to do like the full retrospective, but I think that's kind of been done to death. I think it's clocking in somewhere near 20 minutes. So I mean, it's still a good video, but I kind of stay at a high level on my points. But I mean, it's definitely still got information. I like the narrative of it, and but yeah, the whole point is this game is just objectively better. I did enjoy all of the comments, and that one's like, I don't think you know what objective means. Like, all right, you're right.
I will happily debate you on that because I do think I am one of those guys that thinks Breath of the Wild is better.
We shall have that debate one day. All right, what am I supposed to do with these Don-Dons? Ah, he didn't like that. Okay.
Talk to Lily.
Did. You must have come a long way. It's a sanctuary.
It's a sanctuary.
Please be gentle if you touch them. They might look intimidating. Princess came to research Don-Dons. They used to go tromping around wherever she went. I think they're actually quite fond of us. That reminds me. Did you hear about that rumor about Princess Zelda being seen riding a beast? Well, I bet what people actually saw was her with a Don-Don back when she established this. Goes to show how much those rumors are. They're adorable. That's it. Okay.
Rainbow Love asks, how long ago did you last play Breath of the Wild?
A complete playthrough? Probably been about 4 years. Because
wow.
I played through. I did the full playthrough in 2018. That was my first time playing it. I was a year late to Breath of the Wild, and then I think in like 2020, like during COVID and all that, I did another run and finished it. But yeah, I've done 2 complete runs, and then like I've gone back to it from time to time to just run around, capture footage, etc. But to actually like sit down and do like a legit playthrough like we're doing here, no, it's been a while. Is that because I'm wrong, Rainbow Love? Play it again. You will love it. Yeah, I definitely haven't played it since Tears has been out. I've been hesitant to, because again, my perception has just been I'm going to feel limited. I'm going to feel like I can't explore like I want to explore. I'm going to be going and looking for Zonai stuff, and then I'm not going to have it.
So I went back and I played Breath after Tears of the Kingdom, and I found it way more. 1 second. I found it way more relaxing, and I felt more of like a goal. But yeah, like you said, like your movement is more heavily constrained.
Yeah.
It is more empty, but I feel like that emptiness is a thematic part of it, and I prefer it that way.
I can respect that. Alright, so we're getting a story from Rainbow. I'm excited to hear this. So you haven't played it since Tears. I thought the same thing, but I went through and played it again last week, and oh my god, I love the game so much, I forgot. Yeah, that's 8. I mean, that's fair. It's absolutely fair. I don't know if there's more, but that's absolutely fair.
I think it's also correct.
Okay, we gotta figure out how to get Pen to show up here. Maybe
well,
what
I will
we
say
can... Go ahead.
My hottest take is probably that both Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom have been terrible. Zelda lore community.
Have been what?
Terrible for the lore community. I just feel like the last good game to have a lot of lore to expand on was probably Skyward Sword. There was a lot.
Yeah.
There was a lot of implied. No. There was a lot of implied stuff in Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
I guess, but
yeah. I mean, I think there was there was a mountain of stuff in Breath of the Wild, certainly, and as a byproduct,
I retract the statement. That was a dumb statement.
Yeah. I think that Tears of the Kingdom certainly was working at a disadvantage, because here's how I'm going to intentionally avoid some of the things I'm going to talk about in the video, but
is there like an alien mothership flying over you right
yes.
now? What is that?
A cloud, a sky island, I guess.
Yeah, it's just like it's so menacing. What the hell?
Yeah. I think my thing on Tears of the Kingdom is like the way that I view this game is basically like if the Zelda development team had the opportunity to make Breath of the Wild again, they would make this game. Like, and that's what they did, right? Like, I don't see it as, you know, like, yes, they add to the story, yada yada, etc., etc. But this game is basically like, okay, we took all of our lessons learned from Breath of the Wild, and we're going to make a new game that attempts to fit the same mantra of freedom and exploration. And in that vein, I think that Tears of the Kingdom wildly surpasses Breath of the Wild. Like, sure, for like emptiness, ambiance, you know, Breath of the Wild is a little cleaner because there's just not as much going on. But in terms of like doing and everything, Tears of the Kingdom just offers more. It's easier to explore. The world is more navigable. And so,
Is it exploring though? If you already explored it in Breath of the Wild.
Well, and that's see, that right there is my big point. It's like if you were to take both of the games, let's just say they released at the same time, and let's also just assume, and I know this isn't the case, but let's just assume that they were the same price, and you had both games in front of you. You've got $60 to spend. Which one are you picking up? I think you'd be intentionally shortchanging your experience by picking up Breath of the Wild. And I don't know if that's a controversial statement, or a hot take or anything like that. But like without the pretext of Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom just like all the lore is there. Like my point is like Tears of the Kingdom, most of the issue is you played Breath of the Wild first. And, like, sure, that's the reality, so it's fair to view it through that lens. But, like, as a standalone game, I do not believe that Breath of the Wild is a better game. Does that make sense? Am I explaining myself right?
Yeah, I still disagree. Because okay.
That's fair.
I mean, no, I think you're making good points. I think that you can't look at Tears through a single game lens because it wasn't designed that way. My overall impression is Breath of the Wild is a reflection on solitude in nature, and then Tears of the Kingdom is what if Link could build a cool truck.
And that's inherently bad?
No, it's just different.
Yeah. So,
but I guess maybe a better way of putting it is Breath of the Wild perfected the open world, but Tears of the Kingdom perfected the sandbox.
Yeah.
Tears of the Kingdom is objectively a better sandbox game for sure.
Right, and I think that's what it set. I think that's what both games set out to be.
It'll be interesting to see if they do a creating a champion type book for Tears of the Kingdom.
They are.
They are?
Mm-hmm.
Then I guess I missed that.
Oh yeah, you probably missed that. Yeah, it's so the Japanese version is again called Masterworks, just like the Japanese version of creating a champion. They have not announced a U.S. or international release, but
I'm sure Dark Horse will put up again.
Yeah. Thanks, Rainbow. You're just wrong. That's... But see, okay, and I guess we're getting into the debate. I just think it is an interesting conversation. And I'm trying to remember exactly what you said, but it was something to the effect of like Tears of the Kingdom wasn't designed to be a standalone game. And I would argue that it is, which is why I do think it's fair to view it from that comparison. I mean, how many times have we heard others on YouTube talk about how much this game even contradicts Breath of the Wild? You know, the whole thing about there's NPCs that don't even remember you, that like there was definitely a storyline through them.
Well, we know it wasn't designed to be a standalone game because it was originally just going to be a DLC. But
sure,
also,
it acknowledges Breath of the Wild, sure, because it has to. It's a sequel. But at the same time, like, okay, so why is the Zora helm that I definitely had back in Breath of the Wild, why is it now in a Sky Island, something that didn't exist? And so I just lost, right, like, were there two Zora helms? So that's why I say, like, I think it was designed to be a standalone game. Like, it's the team's crack at a second, like a 2023 version of Breath of the Wild.
I guess I would then call it a poor attempt at it then, because like if you're making a standalone game, then it needs to actually stand alone from previous entries. Like if you look at like, I don't know, all I can think of right now is like the Half-Life series. If you look at like the Half-Life 2 Episode 1 and Episode 2, those three games, none of those three games do you retread same territory that you already walked, but with slightly different flavors on it. I can't really call it a good standalone game if they're reusing 98% of the same world. Yeah, I think Rainbow Love nailed it. It's a do-over.
Well, see, and I agree with that. I think that's my point, is that it's a do-over. Okay. It's not a sequel. It's a do-over.
Okay. Yeah, it's like Rainbow just said, it's a do-over, and they called it a sequel.
Right.
And I think that, I don't...
So...
I don't like the attempt. I don't like the attempt of... Or I don't like the... I don't like how it feels to just kind of be like, we wish we had done some things better the first time around, so we're just gonna like try again.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
I can empathize with that, but my interpretation is that's exactly what they did, and so that's why I think it's fair to be like, hey, like Tears of the Kingdom. Like, I'm not saying you should have. And I am basically just giving away the whole video. That's okay. Like, I think it's okay if you preferred Breath of the Wild over Tears of the Kingdom. I'm not what I'm not saying is you should have enjoyed Breath of the Wild over Tears of the Kingdom because if you hadn't played Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom was a better game. That's not my point. My point is, like, for what the games set out to do, I think Tears of the Kingdom executes it better. But a lot of the issue with Tears of the Kingdom is Breath of the Wild, because we want to get, we want to talk about story and narrative and theming and all that sort of stuff. A lot of the issue is we've already been here, and the stuff that they added feels a little empty. Like, we wish there was more to do in the Sky Islands. We wish there was more to do in the depths. They feel kind of hollow. And then the surface we've already revisited. Well, if you hadn't revisited the surface, you've got everything the surface has to offer, including new caves. Then you have a bunch of Sky Islands. Then you have all the stuff in the depths. You have more modes to explore. Like, what the games, I think they both set out to do the same thing, but they took everything they learned from Breath of the Wild and just enhanced or improved it from a gameplay perspective, not a narrative perspective. And I'm a record on saying I think Breath of the Wild handles the story better than Tears of the Kingdom. But from a gameplay perspective, I think you're getting the quote-unquote optimal experience in Tears of the Kingdom.
Counterpoint. I hate you and you're wrong. No,
Jeff?
All valid points.
Alright, I need to get my horse back, because now I have to deliver that Korok, and then we'll find Pen.
It's just playing Tears of the Kingdom. So here's a question.
Mm-hmm.
When you played Tears of the Kingdom for the first time, did you get the same sense of feeling and exploration and excitement throughout the entire game that you did from playing Breath of the Wild the first time?
No. Nope.
I think that makes it a failure. I know that's harsh, but...
Like, I agree with the sentiment that, yes, Breath of the Wild robs you of the experience that Tears of the Kingdom attempts to give you. Absolutely. Yep. I don't really have a counter argument for that. I don't. And again, yeah, the majority of people who played Tears of the Kingdom played Breath of the Wild. So it's kind of hard to separate the two. So I get and agree with that.
It's tough because it's such a well-made game.
Right, and that's kind of. Are you talking about Tears? Or are you talking about Breath?
Both, but I was talking about Tears.
Okay, yeah, and again, and that's my thing. Is like, I do think this is a very well-made game, and I think that it gets, like, it mostly gets a bad rap because of the existence of Breath of the Wild. And no, you can't, like, make Breath of the Wild not appear, but I think that saying that Tears of the Kingdom is a bad game because Breath of the Wild exists is not giving Tears of the Kingdom a fair shake. Like, it's still a fun game, I would argue. It's you have more and better tools at your disposal to do the thing you want to do in this game, which is run around, explore, discover, etc. And for that reason, I think it's fair to call it a better game. And I think maybe what I'm doing is I'm separating game from experience. Because yes, the experience is muddied due to the existence of Breath of the Wild. Absolutely. But as a game, it better executes what was attempted in Breath of the Wild. And I will die on that hill.
Yeah, so I think the most important thing for me to get out of a Zelda game is the feeling of exploring the Hyrule or Termina or Skylock or whatever it is for the first time. That is the most important thing that I want to get out of Zelda, and so since it kind of robbed me of that, it just didn't really feel like much of a Zelda game to me.
Yeah.
Mechanically basically flawless. But like Skyward Sword, well, I'll be honest, pretty terrible gameplay. Like the controls are even on the remaster are clunky as hell. Some of the puzzles are more just like annoying than fun.
Okay.
But man, does it nail the sense of exploring an unfounded Hyrule, and then seeing what things were like thousands and thousands of years ago, and nothing can quite replicate that. So.
Yeah, I would tend to agree. I think the story was. I think the gameplay is, in my opinion, the gameplay was a little better than how you're describing it. But, yeah, gameplay-wise, like Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, like I think these are like pinnacles, in my opinion. Ocarina of Time, pinnacle. I'm having a lot of fun with Wind Waker. But like I don't know, and maybe it's just me. That didn't work.
Womp womp.
I like with the 2D titles, or the what is it? The 3D or the 3/4 overview perspective or whatever you want to call it. I don't enjoy exploring Hyrule as much in those games. Like, it's not so much of a driver of like, oh, I'm gonna search every nook and cranny, just because the world is just less interesting to me from that perspective. Like, I'm more interested in any 2D or top-down Zelda. Like walking through Minish Cap, walking through A Link Between Worlds, walking through Zelda 1 even. Like, I'm less interested in like, oh, I'm gonna figure out what's behind every corner. It's more so, no, I'm just trying to find the dungeons, because that's what I want to do.
Yep. I love Minish Cap, for instance. The art is beautiful, but even in that one, I don't get the urge to explore.
Yeah. Yep.
It's just go from destination to destination.
Yeah.
Bro, why are you trying to put this sign here?
This is it's high up, right? It's got an altitude thing going on.
Worst possible place you could have picked.
Nice. How is he doing that? I don't know, the giant rock and tree thing I just put in front of it. This guy never pays attention to what I do for him.
You're just lower than dirt to him.
I know. Well, at least he feeds me like I'm a peasant of his. Good service. Here's a meal, I guess. Going off of personal experience, Rainbow says, which, if you think about it, is a failure on the developers to allow the story to ruin experiences for players. I love the open-air style of these games. I'm excited to see how they continue to tweak things. Yeah.
Personally, I hope they change it to a dating simulator.
Give me Patrice.
That would do so well.
I love that in Skyward Sword, like, you could hardcore just be like, no, Patrice, I want you. I'm not even worried about that, like, Zelda who? Like, no, Patrice, I want you. But then she's still like, no, you need to be with Zelda. I get it. It's like, but I'm confessing my love for you.
Is that what happens? Like, she turns you down even if you confess your love to her?
Yes. Even if you just, I think you could straight up tell her, like, I want you, or something to that effect. And she will still be like, no, you're supposed to be with Zelda. I get it. I see it. You're just trying to be nice.
So you can't have a Sky wife and a Hyrule wife. That sucks.
Yeah, no. Clip that.
And I hate these games.
That's why you need the dating sim.
Yeah.
Alright. Dude, I don't know why I can never find a pen. What is up with him? He should be, like, right here. He's not up on the hill. I mean, is he over here somewhere? Alright, I'm gonna ask you to Google again. We're at Dueling Peak Stable. Like, I know the quest, but I don't think I can do the quest without finding Pen.
On the roof of the stable.
Oh. Oh, yep, there he is.
That's so stupid.
Sneaky. Well, you know what's actually really funny? Do you remember this quest?
No.
I believe that is a hint at the solution to this, which took me effing forever to figure out. We'll walk through it, and I'll kind of just explain once we get the quest what my issue was. This is the one Pen quest I straight up had to Google during my playthrough, my first playthrough, because it was not making any sense. I searched and searched and searched, could not. Have you heard of the Yiga? Gang of lowlifes who worshipped evil entity plot against Zelda. Now they claim they kidnapped her. We have taken Zelda to the carved-out heart of the Towering Twins. So that's the clue.
Oh, yeah. I had to look at this one, too.
The carved-out heart of the Towering Twins. So then my thing was like, okay, so I'm going to find a heart somewhere around the twins. What? Is this a heart? Is the whole thing a heart? No. What? Where's the heart? What?
Yeah, I assumed they meant the depth. I assumed they meant the depths, like the heart of the mountain, like a heart of a mountain usually means like deep under the mountain, right?
Right. And I was thinking the center too. So like I was running around there looking for caves, and I think there are caves in there. Because like I was looking for caves and trying to find her there, and it's like, all right, I'm clueless. I am dumb and clueless and have no idea what's going on. Speaking of flipping things,
I'm gonna give a hot take for speculation on the next 3D Zelda game.
Okay.
I think it will have some connection to Twilight Princess.
State your evidence.
Like a direct connection, not like the shoot. What's that village, that oceanside village in the southeast?
Lurelin.
Yeah, not like that mirror, that Twilight mirror looking thing that you see in Lurelin Village. Like that's clearly, it's not like I think there's gonna be like a direct connection. And the only reason I think that is because it's odd to me that they would release a Twilight Princess manga so many like 15, 20 years after the release of the game, and not release a. They haven't released a HD remaster for their basically what is their flagship console now. It feels like they're saving something. I don't think
haven't
they'll be like
announced an HD remaster for their flagship console. What does that mean?
The Switch, like I think.
There's no been Twilight Princess HD for this. Yeah.
I don't think that they'll like do just like a direct sequel or anything, but I do think that there will be like some connection to the Twilight or something. Because it's just odd to me that they would release a manga so late.
Yeah.
It just.
That is
weird.
It's definitely interesting for sure. I agree with that. My only thing.
The Uokos, whatever how you pronounce it, those things freak me out.
They are weird. Those are odd. Alright, while we're floating up, I'm going to let my poor cat out of my office. He is desperately attempting to escape.
Get him on the stream.
Alright, I am the returned.
Excellent. But see, I interrupted. You were saying something about we were talking about Twilight Princess.
Oh, yeah.
Speculation. Pure speculation.
So my thing is, they Nintendo have never been super keen about like, oh, we just need to make sure every Zelda is available on every console. Like, I think that they've actually done a really good job with that because of the Virtual Console. Like, it has always been available. Oh, it just disappeared. Okay. But in terms of like actually having a physical release, like, so Wind Waker, let's take for example. Well, actually, no, let's talk about Twilight Princess. So we had GameCube Twilight Princess, Wii Twilight Princess, Wii U Twilight Princess, all physicals. So I'm sure in their mind it's just like, yeah, we don't need a fourth Twilight Princess, like the fourth generation in a row, and they're releasing another physical copy of the game. Like that's never been their MO. So that's why I don't necessarily believe that. Like that was the only discount I had for Twilight Princess and Wind Waker HD coming to the Switch, was just like, we've already got a bunch of physicals of those, and that's not something that they typically do.
You are objectively correct, but the counterpoint is that it's easy money. But well, you are right.
Yeah, that's what everybody points to, and it's just like they have never shown in the past that they have, like, oh, it's easy money, we're gonna do it.
They don't need easy money.
Right. Like, if they did, then right, we'd have a physical release of every Zelda that's ever been sold and done well on every console, and we don't. Like, even I truly believe even Triforce Heroes would sell well on the Switch because you could play it with friends, and this console's done so incredibly well, and Zelda is so incredibly popular at this point. If they really wanted to, they could put that game back out, and it would do it incredibly well. Alright, Diatribe over.
I don't know, how well did Age of Calamity sell?
It was a spin-off game, but...
Look up how well Age of Calamity did.
Yeah, and then once you do that, let's figure out how to make Pen appear at the lakeside.
Alright, so Age of Calamity sold 4 million units.
Yeah, it's not bad for a spin-off.
Alright, so Tears of the Kingdom sold 5 times as many as Age of Calamity, which, yeah, is pretty good.
Very different.
For a non-canon spin-off, that's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's my point, yeah. That thing did well. And then, yeah, if we can figure out this lakeside stable. Because I talked to the lady, and nothing happened. This island is beautiful, by the way. The ambiance. I love the music. Oh yeah, you can't hear.
I turned on the YouTube stream, I can hear it.
Okay, it's so serene.
Are you gonna buy the soundtrack when it comes out?
Undecided. I might. Probably just be able to find like YouTube music for free, but there's potential. Did you feed the bonbon?
I just don't see the need since I already own Breath of the Wild soundtrack.
Goodness gracious. Did you say that just to get a reaction out of me? Because that really grinded my gears.
What?
You're not going to get the Tears of the Kingdom soundtrack because of the Breath of the Wild
soundtrack?
One? Yeah.
I will probably... No, and it's not because Tears of the Kingdom soundtrack is bad, it's just because, like, 75% of the tracks are the same. Like, I want Lookout Landing, and I want the Sky Island ones, but that's really it. Yeah. I'll be honest, for me, not even the Ganondorf final boss, and Colgera, of course, too. But not even the final Ganondorf fight was particularly memorable to me. The
Really?
battle against Calamity, yeah,
Ooh.
it's just
Ooh,
kind of
buddy.
forgettable. Like compared to the Phase 1 and Phase 2 music against
Dude.
Calamity Ganon in the first game, like just absolute banger tracks. I just wasn't super impressed.
I'm having a hard time right
It's
now.
like the
I respect your opinion.
the
And
first
your
battle
opinions are
against.
valid.
I mean, you remember what the Calamity Ganon soundtrack sounds like, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like nowhere near as much of a banger as that. It's good. It's really good. It just pales in comparison.
Do I need to feed the Don Don? Eat it. Eat it. There you go. Yeah, that Colgera track is a absolute banger. Without a doubt. You sniffed the amber, eat it. You selfish Don Don.
Amber count as a gem, or
Oh,
does it have to be one
I'm
of the
so
nicer
silly.
ones?
No, it does have to be a luminous stone, of which I own none. That's unfortunate.
Where do you even farm those in this game?
There's some up in the sky.
Pretty rare. I mean,
I think there's some beneath the castle.
oh yeah, there's like one. Take a picture of the Don Don.
Oh. Nice. Good call. Yeah, but I really want to know how to trigger this quest. But, yeah, maybe I'll go farm some luminous stone first. Let me get up in the sky. Because one of these islands is going to just be a deposit of them. I want to say that there's one around here. Well, there's a shrine up on this one here that I haven't gotten to, so maybe we'll head over here and see if we can't fly over. Yeah. See if I can't pull this up. This is the first time we've returned here, I believe, in this playthrough. Oh, ye humble beginnings. Oopsie. That's not what I wanted. Started talking to me in my ear. Oh yeah, look at that. Boom. Korok.
Nice.
I think I can use ascend roughly thereabouts here. There we go. We'll get up here.
Right back.
Okay. There we go. So that is a construct. Yeah, so I think maybe it's this direction. There is Lakeside. Oh yeah, no, this list on Polygon is saying that the Lakeside Stable is not a part of the list. So I'm not sure. I'm really not. Let's see, is there anything? Let's see. Yeah, there's one of those. And that kind of looks interesting, but no. I'm not sure. Yeah, there's another one of those. That looks... Well, no, because there's like a mound on top. That would have all the luminous stone. What is that? Oh, that's the Great Sky Island. of that one. Not quite. Those are just some random sky islands. But maybe I'll get a good view if I go down there. Maybe, just maybe. Am I wearing my glide? No, I'm wearing Zora. There we go. Alright, well I'll put that away because I got the chat so I can see the lovely chat. Well, it's certainly been an interesting stream. No denying that. Very happy to get to continue playing Tears of the Kingdom. Because we are kind of close to wrapping this up. I mentioned it last week, but I think we did all the main quest stuff. So, there's sort of some putts in at this point. But there's still stuff to do. There's still stuff for us to wrap up here. And, I'll just say, if there's anyone lurking or hanging out in the stream, it's okay if you're lurking or not chatting, perfectly fine. Just wanted to say hello and welcome. If you're, not a regular, hope you enjoy the stream. I think...
So, a few minutes ago...
Howdy.
We're talking about difficulty in going back and playing Breath of the Wild compared to the many quality of life improvements that Tears of the Kingdom made.
Sure, yeah.
Have you tried to go back and play any of the old Zelda games like Ocarina and then like immediately lose steam because of the lack of quality of life, things like that?
Not for that reason. I think I've struggled to like sit down and just play a Zelda game. I've struggled to sit down and play any game, which is honestly why I really like the Tuesday streams, because it gives me a chance to sit down and play. I don't have a significant amount of free time, and so typically it's like, alright, am I gonna play a game or am I gonna work on making YouTube stuff? And making the YouTube stuff has definitely become a hobby for me, so I've generally opted for that. But this is a nice way to mix the two, so I can play a Zelda game and still technically be working on YouTube stuff. So,
right.
That's why, that is kind of why, it's like last time, it's like, alright, we're gonna go wrap this up, and not because I'm not enjoying Tears of the Kingdom, but it'll be an opportunity to just pop open a new time and kind of have a dedicated path to playing a new game. I gotta get launched over there.
Yeah, I started a playthrough of Twilight Princess, and I got probably, I don't know, like 5 or 6 hours in, maybe a little bit more than that. Got to, I guess, Pacrico Village. No, I got almost to the Goron area.
Okay.
And then just lost steam because, like, the GameCube version in particular, just the lack of quality of life things, like long unskippable cutscenes, or I think the cutscenes in that game are skippable. I can't remember, but no, they're not.
Interesting.
It's just a lot of slow stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I did start Wind Waker HD, so I got that, and I did start it, and I was enjoying the heck out of it. The quality of life stuff was not in any way bothering me, because honestly, I mean, that's the first time I really played a Wii U game. I played a lot of Smash Brothers, because I was, so like, during my history with Nintendo consoles, my one main constant has been Smash Brothers. I love playing Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
And
it's hard to own a Nintendo console without it.
Right. But I mean, like, that was the game that, like, if we were going over to a buddy's house or someone was coming over to my house and we were just like, what do we want to play? Like, it was, dude, we're smashing. that's just what I wanted to do. And so, yeah, that was always the constant. I think there's a, what was the question? I think I lost track of the question. All right, I don't know.
I think you answered it. You answered it. Just
there's an anecdote.
If just asking if you had gone back and tried to play. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, there was one thing that
if you had tried to go back and play those games, if you had lost steam or not.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be fun. Maybe for like a 10K subscriber thing or something, to do a, you know, a smash with the audience. We could do a group smash.
That will be fun.
Yeah. The one thing I did want to mention too, so totally outside of Zelda is I think I mentioned it a couple times, but I'm really big into fantasy football, and and don't exit the conversation. Wait, there's some payoff to this. I'm not just totally talking out, you know, fantasy football, but so I commissioned a couple leagues, and I take it seriously. You know, like I'll you know, I hold like a draft lottery, and you know, I make videos, and I kind of go all out for it. And so Thursday on my personal Twitch, I'm streaming our draft lottery for the for my league. And I will be very interested to see if anybody can find it. I'm putting it out there. Open challenge. Someone wants to attempt to find me streaming, not using Chat Nation. Yeah. We'll call it a scavenger hunt. I'm trying to think of what oh, I don't think I need both batteries. I'm trying to think if there's any hints I can give. I think this will be really fun to see if anybody can guess how to find the stream.
Oh, I can't find it. I did some light googling based on knowing your name.
Right.
No success so far.
No, I think I've got I'll tell you, I have 26 followers right now, and that is because I actually streamed Rocket League, oh god, 5 or 4 years ago. A while back on Twitch, I legitimately streamed Rocket League. I would, and I'll tell you what I did too. I wasn't even playing Rocket League. I think I would be in the tournament, but like I wasn't really good, but I would like run tournaments, but I would just have other people in, and like I'd go and like I'd commentate other people's Rocket League games. Because again, like I always had this idea that like I wanted to do YouTube. I wanted to, you know, at that time I was like mildly interested in streaming. And so I wanted to kind of get comfortable with like talking into a microphone, having a regular and interesting cadence, and kind of getting good at the whole commentating thing. And so, yeah, I streamed Rocket League for a while, and I wasn't even playing. I was just commenting on, or I was just commentating like other people's games, and that had a little bit of traction. You know, I found it extremely difficult to gain any traction if you're not already like an internet personality. Like if you just go on Twitch and you just start streaming, like I think you could be Ninja. And it would be very difficult with like just starting, no internet presence, to just go and start streaming and be successful. Like I think you need to have some sort of presence or have like some jumping point of an audience to carry over to make that successful. But anywho, so yeah, so there's hint one is I have 26 followers on Twitch. And our draft lottery, I'll say, because this will help you kind of niche down to try to find it. It'll be Thursday evening. It'll be roughly this time. I'm assuming this time Thursday, it'll already be over. So around the 9 o'clock window, I'd say, is probably when you want to start looking for it. It is wrestling themed. Those are my 2 hints. And if anyone finds it and follows me, the follower hint will no longer be valid.
$1,000.
I was thinking if there was like a
if
giveaway.
anyone finds him, they get $1,000.
There it is.